think it's live. Got on just a minute early. Just to see who might be joining this morning. Hi, Beth. And I'm pulling it up on Facebook so I can see on my phone, keep track on real time here. Okay, welcome everybody. Sitting on a ball. Welcome to my little home yoga studio, to your noon fusion. Uh-oh, I'm hearing something on the speaker. My Bluetooth, turning that off. Okay. Anyway, so I don't really know how long this class is going to be. Maybe 40, 45 minutes. That's kind of been the nice thing about doing these at home, is that we're not really constricted to a allotted amount of time. So that's kind of nice. So curious how you guys are doing. Hi, Elizabeth, Mackenzie, hello. I'm doing okay. I think probably 75% of the time I've been able to keep my head straight during this little funky time we're in. And but I admit I've had a few rough moments for sure. And I really, really miss the studio. I really miss you guys, our community. Yesterday in particular, we're about 2 weeks into this right now here, our self-quarantining. And yesterday in particular, I had a really heavy heart. I even cried several times yesterday. And there could be a whole host of reasons why, but I was definitely feeling that. So, and I guess my purpose for sharing that with you is just because I'm sure you guys have gone through a roller coaster of emotions too, and all of it is okay. And the one thing I've been really thankful for is to have my mat here in my house and this nice room, lots of natural light, so that I can kind of just get out of my own head and into my breath. And it's been a lifesaver for sure. I really resonated yesterday with what Gail said in her live stream about the low-grade anxiety. I've totally been feeling that. So I've really had to pump the brakes on my consumption of media, social media, news media, all media in general, because I just find that when I can just kind of dial away from all of that, I can maintain a better headspace. And we all know that that's what's best anyway for our health, for our mental well-being, our emotional well-being, so definitely not indulging myself in media right now. So anyway, okay, well, with that said, meet me on the mat. We're gonna start in a child's pose. And I was thinking about playing music, but I'm not sure my Bluetooth speaker is gonna work real well for that. So just go ahead and start with me in child's pose, and I'm just gonna go music free. And like I did before, just not overly talk it, but kind of flow with the yogi style. So beginning in a child's pose, knees wider together. Forehead meets the floor. And just start to take some nice deep breaths. Following the pace of the breath as it travels in through the nose. And sighing out with each exhale any and all tension, worry, anxiety. Having faith that in this moment, my world is taking care of me, just like your world is taking care of you. I have all that I need. I lack for nothing. Blessed beyond measure. Go ahead and pick up your hands and walk them off the right side of your yoga mat. So kind of starting my usual way that I very often do in class with some side body stretching here from child's pose. Reaching through the left arm, feeling the stretch all down the left side of the body, even sending the hips over towards the left a little bit. You can bind with the right arm if you like, or just leave it on the floor in support. And then go ahead and walk the hands over to the left side. Stretching through the right side body now. And if you can, just let the right side of your face meet the floor. Sending those hips over to the right heel a little bit, even drawing that right shoulder blade down towards the mat, and just feeling for any tension, any tight spots through the right side body. I love a lot of side body stretching in my practice. And then go ahead and come back to center. And if you haven't already done so, maybe set an intention here. I love the idea, the practice of setting intentions. You know, it can be a prayer, a word, a thought, something that comforts you, something that inspires you, something that you can come back to throughout the practice when you meet a challenging moment. And go ahead and rise, tabletop, and we'll do a few cat-cows. Just warming up the spine, starting in cow pose, so navel down, chin up. And then as you exhale, tuck the tailbone around the spine, push the floor away. Do it again, inhale. And exhale. I like to draw the hips back. Inhale again. Exhaling, fully protract the shoulder blades away, dome the back. Moving into the side bodies a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and do a couple wrist stretches. So spin your palms to the mat towards your knees. And then just kind of draw back, stretching through the palm, the inner wrists, the forearms. And go ahead and turn the backs of the hands and do any other wrist stretches you like to do here. Just seeing who's online with me right now. Okay. All right, so now I want you to tuck your toes. Interlace the fingers, reach the palms forward, take them all the way up. Big inhale breath here. Then as you exhale, round the spine here again, protracting the shoulder blades, pull the belly in, stretching through the upper back. And then go ahead and come all the way up, and we're gonna add a side body stretch here. So right hand can float down to a block or the floor as you reach through the left arm. One of my favorite things to do here, inhale, stretch long, and then maybe cactus that left arm. Beautiful stretch through the left shoulder, left side of the neck, pectoralis muscle, the front of the chest. Then rise all the way back up through the middle, take it to the other side. Big inhale here. Exhale, side body stretch. Inhale again. And if you'd like, cactus that arm. Good. Come back through center. All the way up. And then hands to the mat, untuck the toes. I have the needle shoulder flow, another one of my favorites, you guys know this. So we're gonna make some big loops with the right arm. Forward, up, back, and down, all the way around. 3 or 4 times in each direction. So be sure to switch directions, not sides, but directions. Beautiful way to really open up that shoulder girdle, get it ready. Stretch it all the way up to the sky, and then we thread the needle, taking that right shoulder, arm all the way through. So lately I've been reaching my left arm overhead. Sometimes I also like to bind. Kind of kicking the left leg out, really rolling back a little bit. So sometimes I get a nice little adjustment in my spine here. It's a nice twist as well as an opening through the back of the right shoulder. Just kind of find what works, what feels good for you. You can even send the hips back to the heels, doing the child's pose variation of this as well. And then go ahead and back it up. Reach that right arm all the way up again, just unwinding. And then take the right hand down, other side. So left arm forward, up, back, down and around. 3 or 4 times in both directions. And I like the movement forward with the hips. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can stay stationary and just make the big loops with the shoulders. Either way is fine. Stretch it all the way up, really reach. And then exhale and thread your needle. Again, staying right here or adding in any play that you enjoy. Sometimes in class at the studio, we float the back leg up. You can actually float either leg up. All right, make your way back around to center. Reach it all the way up one more time. And then plant that hand down. So walk the hands forward beyond the front edge of your mat. You're going to find your way into a puppy pose. Again, stretching across the chest, the upper back, the shoulders. Your forehead can go to the floor here. Or if you have a little more space, you can reach your chin, throat, or chest forward. That doesn't feel good in my body in this moment, so I'm staying on the forehead. Few breaths here. And go ahead and let your forearms meet the floor and lengthen through to Sphinx pose. Lots of space between the shoulders and the ears. Press down through the forearms. You can let the feet separate. Pull your belly towards the spine. Energy in the legs as you drag your heart forward. Soft gaze upward. And the energy in the arms is pulling towards you as opposed to pushing away. And then if this feels good, you'd like to press all the way up to seal pose, straightening the arms. Again, still pulling energy in the arms as opposed to pushing away. And then go ahead and lower down. Plant your hands beneath your shoulders. And we're going to go into a baby cobra here, so find your breath. And lift. Minimal to no weight in the hands. Strengthen the legs. If you feel any crankiness in the lower back, you might separate the feet. Otherwise, if you like the classic hot yoga way, you can squeeze the feet together. Release down. We're going to do another one. A lifted cobra this time, maybe walking the hands down the ribs. This time we'll press up. So there is weight in the hands. Soft bend in the elbows, shoulders back and down. And then lower all the way down. One more, yogi's choice. It can be a locust, it can be another cobra. I'm actually going to do a bow pose, so you can join me if you'd like. Reach back to grab the feet, find your breath, and kick it up. Did I say boat? I meant bow. Doing a bow pose. Getting our back bends in early. Release that down. Plant your palms to the mat. Press back, child's pose. Just decompress from that bit of cobra back bending you just did. And you'll go ahead and make your way into a downward facing dog. Send the hips back and up, spread the fingers wide. Taking any movement here that you enjoy, pedaling out through the legs. Ears situated between the biceps. Sending those hip points all the way into the sky. Think about lifting your heart up towards your thighs. Spin your inner thighs inward. Reaching those heels towards the floor. Big breaths.
Go ahead and reach your right leg to the sky and right away open the hip. Just doing whatever feels good to you here to warm up. It's one of my favorite things to do in downward facing dog. You can make big circles with the hip, bent leg or straight leg even. Rolling out the ankle a few times. Come on back to square hips. Rise high on your left toes, and as you exhale, pull your knee to your chest, shifting forward. Then do it again. Reach the right leg all the way back and up. Exhale, shift forward, knee to chest, and step the foot up between your hands. And you can come on the finger pads when you do that too, if that helps you get that foot up. From here, we're gonna rise to high crescent. Anjaneyasana. So strengthen the back leg, belly in, arms reaching up. Take an inhale breath, stretch out. As you exhale, cactus those arms. And then make your way into a low crescent. So hovering over the right leg. Left hand will come inside the right leg, lunge, twist. Right arm reaches to the sky. Not worrying too much about the hips. If they tilt a little, that's fine, but you can try to level them off by lowering the right hip down and plugging it back. Just make sure it feels okay in your low back. Excessive squaring of the hips in a twist can really aggravate the SI joints, so allow yourselves to be somewhat neutral. And we're going to counter the twist, right hand inside the right foot. Reach the left arm to the sky. Challenge at first here is to keep that left heel lifting. But then we are going to come to warrior two, so let the left heel meet the floor and rise up. Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten the right leg, spin those toes forward. Inhale, breath. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold, so make your way all the way down. You can grab the big toes, you can take a hold of the outer edge of the feet or heels, you can just walk the hands between the feet if you like. And just kind of allow yourselves to hang here. If the legs are straight, you're making a fist with the quadriceps, keeping them firm, lifting sitting points, tailbone towards the sky, lengthening the spine, the crown of the head towards the floor between your feet. Release, come forward, lift your chin, stabilizing blood pressure for just a second. I tend to be a little sensitive to that myself. Hands to the hips, squeeze the elbows back, rise to stand. You're gonna make your way back into warrior two. So reorganize the feet, stretch the arms out wide. And this time we're gonna pump our warrior 3 times. So inhale, rise up, press palms. Exhale, back down, warrior two. Twice more. Again. Down into warrior two, and then we'll reverse. So left hand to left thigh, right arm overhead. You can bind with the left arm. If you want to open your heart towards the sky, you can. And then from here, we're going to cartwheel the hands down around the right foot, coming into a low lunge. Left knee down, walk the hands up the right thigh. Sending the hips forward and down. So right now, you're squeezing your right heel towards your left knee. So you're creating kind of a muscular contraction through the muscles that you're stretching. Protecting the body, allowing for a deeper stretch in time. You can add a side body stretch here. Again, this is one of my favorite places to add the side body stretch. You can do a back bend with the hands clasped. You could even catch the back foot, holding here for a little quadricep stretch. So whatever you enjoy, stay for a few breaths. Then go ahead and draw the hips back. So we're coming into a half splits. Right toes point to the sky, hips over the left knee. We'll walk the hands out. Lengthen through the body. Stretching back of right thigh now. And then if you'd like, you can stay there, or walk the hands back up again, and take them all the way out over to the right side for a little twist, creating a really big stretch through the outer hip and thigh on that right leg. Frame the right foot once again, tuck the left toes, come into pyramid pose. Walk the hands forward of the right foot, nice long spine over that right leg. Then go ahead and frame your right foot with your two hands. I'm going to come onto finger pads. If you can manage that, it does make this transition quite a bit easier. Rise high into the left toes. And then kind of plug the right hip up towards the sky as you sweep that right leg back and up, three-legged dog. Palms meet the floor, right foot meets the floor, downward facing dog. Good work. Inhale, shift forward to a high plank. And then we're going to open out into side plank. Right side first. Roll to outer edge of right foot. Left arm to the sky. Modifications, you can step the left foot out in front of you. You could lower the right knee to the floor, extending through left leg. Either of those are great. Taking any variations here, I like a tree pose variation. You can grab a hold of your big toe, sending left leg high to the sky. Left arm can reach overhead for a bigger side body stretch. And then side plank is one of my favorite places to step into wild things. So left foot can come behind you, curling your heart towards the sky. Come back around, fallen star or rock star. I'm going to take my left foot to the floor, right arm to the sky. Fallen star, also known as fallen triangle. Then both hands back to the mat, downward facing dog. Inhale forward, amp it up, take a chaturanga here. Just one. Back to plank. Side plank to the other side. Matching what you did on the right side with variations. So pressing firmly down through the left arm, but keeping that left shoulder blade plugged into the spine, working down the back. And then again, if you did it on the other side, step the right foot to the mat behind you. Maybe dip the hips to kind of reset the left arm if you need to. Opening up, wild thing. Back around through center. Fallen star or rock star. Right leg shoots through. Lots of breath. And then back around. Right leg to the sky if you like, and then set it down. Good. Gaze between your hands. You're going to hop or step to a forward fold. Top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold down. Sit your hips low, sweep the arms up overhead, chair pose. Belly in, weight into the heels. With your next exhale breath, you're going to twist your chair, squeeze the hands down the center line, twisting to the right, so left elbow, outside of right knee. Try to keep that left knee pulling back. Right hand presses into the left hand to give you a little more leverage to deepen the twist. Come back around to center, and then forward fold. Other side, so from the bottom, sit your hips low, sweep the arms up. exhale breath, squeeze the hands down the center line and twist. So once again, make sure that right knee, you can look down a bit, pull it back so it's in line with the left. And really press this left hand down into the right hand to twist. Eventually your hands come back to the center of your chest. Come back through center, chair pose. And forward fold. Good work. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down. And then step through your vinyasa flow. Plank. As many chaturangas as you're inspired to do. Upward dog. And downward dog. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I should have checked sooner. Give me a thumbs up, somebody. Elizabeth. Now that we're halfway through this thing. Reach your left leg to the sky. Open up. Doing whatever you enjoy here. We gotta do that whole thing on the other side now, y'all. Square it off. Inhale, rise high and right tippy toes. Exhale, knee to chest. Do it again. Exhale, knee to chest. Step it through. High crescent. It's one of my favorite poses, crescent pose. I'd love to hear what some of your favorite poses are in comments. Low crescent, but first a cactus back bend. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then hover the body over that left thigh. Reaching arms overhead, keeps the heart rate up, keeps our heat building in our bodies. Lunge twist, right hand inside that left foot, left arm reaches to the sky. Really reaching the left arm back, you can feel the upper back muscles engage. Then counter, left hand inside the left foot, reach right arm to the sky. Again, the challenge at first here is to keep the right heel lifting. But you can always lower it right away because we are coming to warrior two once again. So right heel down, power down through the feet, rise up, Virabhadrasana 2. Now you've got the view of my backside. Straighten the left leg, toes forward. Clasp the hands behind your back, inhale breath. Forward fold with a shoulder stretch. Keep drawing the shoulder heads back and down. If you're really tight in the shoulders, just relax. Let gravity help you along. Release the hands to the floor. Lengthen out. Hands to hips, rise up. Again, Virabhadrasana 2. Reorganize those feet. And we're gonna pump the warrior. So inhale, press palms, look up. Exhale, ease down. Again. Once more. Reverse your warrior. Big, beautiful side body stretch or back bend if you're choosing to open your heart towards the sky. Just make sure that it feels good in your lumbar spine. Sometimes just because we can do things doesn't always mean we should. Make sure it feels right and that you can still keep breath and energy moving. Cartwheel the hands down around the left foot. Spin the right heel up, lower that knee down. Again, coming into our low lunge now. So walk the hands up the thigh. Pressing hips forward and down. And then adding on whatever you'd like. So side body stretching here. You can interlace the fingers, adding a back bend. Or even catching the back foot for a quadricep stretch. Draw the hips back, half splits. Left toes flex towards the sky. Squeezing left heel and right knee towards each other. Lengthen the body over. And then again, if you like the twist for the outer hip and thigh stretch, walk the hands all the way over to the left side. Come back around to center, stepping into pyramid pose. And then once again from here, transitioning to down dog. So if you want to come into finger pads, you can. You can just step back to down dog, or you can rise high and right tippy toes and sweep the left leg back and up. Good. Left foot down. So I have one more flow planned. Stay with me here. Keep the heat building. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Rise high and left tippy toes, pull knee to chest. Step the foot up between your hands. Left heel down this time. You're gonna come up warrior one. And again, we don't have mirrors. I don't have mirrors. So I'm just feeling that this feels good in my body. Take an inhale, breath, stretch up. Exhale, cactus back bend again. And I like to squeeze the elbows more in towards the waist. Then just float the hands back. Interlace the fingers if you can for a humble warrior. So don't be afraid to let your body lean all the way over to the left side in order to come inside the right thigh. Once you're there, you can hug the right hip back. It won't ever be square, that's just the action. Gaze can stay on the floor right around your foot, or maybe you can drop the weight of your head down, looking past your left foot. Then go ahead and let both hands meet the floor. We're gonna do a warrior one twist. Left hand to the mat inside that right foot. Reach the right arm up. You can take the right arm overhead. Good. And then from here, we're gonna go into a little cross-legged forward fold, but stay with me. So step your left foot in way closer to the right. And then you're just gonna spin both feet to the right side. Finding the appropriate distance in your body for your 2 feet. And then you can just fold in here. There you go, have that backside view of me again, sorry. You can also add a twist here, left hand beneath the face, right arm to the sky. Make your way back around to the front. And you're gonna step right into half moon pose from here. So lift the left leg, hovering on the right hand, either on a block, on the floor, or you can even literally hover it. Left arm reaches for the sky. My gaze stays down here. Anytime I try to shift it anywhere else, I lose this pose. We're gonna go into warrior two from here. So if you need to take your right hand to the floor, you can, just to kind of very gently find the mat with your left foot. And then rise up, Virabhadrasana 2. Good job. Another quick reverse of this warrior. And then into a side angle pose this time. So forearm to thigh, left arm overhead. Or you can take hand all the way to the floor. Left arm by the ear. Working on binds. Full binds, half binds. You can even float if you like. I've been having fun playing with bound standing splits lately. It's very challenging. But we will all make our way into a low lizard lunge. So hands inside the right foot, let your left knee come down, heel toe the right foot out. Coming into the blade of the right foot if you like, you can press that knee away. Staying up on the hands, you can come into the forearms. You can float the back leg up for a little more power, deeper stretch. This is one we do a lot in the studio, so you guys know all of your favorite variations. another great place also to actually do an arm balance if you'd like. Ekapada Kundanyasana. You can come into the left hand if you need to, or stay on the forearm if you'd like. We're going to reach back to grab the right foot for a quadricep stretch. Pulling that foot in, kicking it away. And make bring your hands back around to center. You're going to step up and just press back. Downward facing dog. So walk the hands back to the feet. If you want to come to standing here, you can, but we're going to come into extended hand to big toe pose from a forward fold. So if you know that that's not something that works for you in your body, then go ahead and just stand up to prep the pose. Otherwise, see if you can catch your big toe with your peace fingers. Left hand to left hip, soft bend in the knees. Rise up. Bringing your right leg with you. Squaring the shoulders. Work the pose here, or you can take it out to the side. Left arm reaches out to the sky as counter. Helps you balance. You can even look out past the left hand. And then tree pose. So fold the right foot to the front of the thigh or to the inside of the thigh. Either way is fine. Hold the foot with left hand, right hand to heart. And then release. Right foot to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands forward. Take a flow here if you'd like. Meeting in downward facing dog. Reach your left leg to the sky. Rise high and right tippy toes. Exhale, pull your knee to your chest. Step it up. Well, we did that twice on the other side, but it's okay. We're here. Rise up. Virabhadrasana 1. Take an inhale breath, stretch it up. Exhale, cactus back bend. Float the arms back. Interlace your fingers, coming into our humble warrior once again. Allowing the body to come all the way over to the right side if you need to. And then squeezing the body into the inside of the left leg, hugging left hip back. Let your hands meet the floor, find your stability. Plant your right hand inside the left foot. Warrior 1 with a twist. Take the arm overhead. And if your back heel tends to want to lift, that's fine. You find what works in your body. You don't stress too much about the things that are a little more challenging. You'll get there or not. Let your hands meet the floor. Hop the back foot in. Once again, really close. There's only like about a foot of space between my 2 feet. And then we're going to spin on both feet to the left now. Cross-legged forward fold. Staying right here. Or if you like, add the twist. Come into the right hand, reach left arm to the sky. And then again, we spin around to face the front. And we step right into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Half moon pose, left leg parallel or higher, reaching through the heel. Just make sure the left leg's not, or right leg rather, isn't floating back too far or forward too much. And then again, we're going to make our way into Warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. And then side angle pose. Slightly longer hold on side angle pose, giving you time for your variations, your binds,
opportunity to float your pose. I'm going to try my bound standing splits again here. I find this side to be way harder than the other. We all have discrepancies in strength and flexibility in our bodies. That's why we do yoga, to kind of attempt to create equanimity and balance. Good. Low lizard lunge, hands inside the left foot. Send the hips forward and down. Make it happen. You know it, you love it. You've been here a million times before. So again, you can come into the outer edge of the left foot. You can press that knee away. I like to come onto forearms. Any opportunity I can kind of get out of my wrists and hands. If you have the ability to come down on forearms, it's a nice reprieve. Again, you can float that back leg up. And then we'll catch the back foot. Left hand reaches back. Again, you can come into the right hand or stay down on the forearm. Pulling that foot in towards your bottom. I also like to kind of press it away to opening up the chest. Kind of ebb and flow between the two. Good. Bring your hands around. Tuck the back toes. Lift up. Press back. Downward facing dog. Take your gaze up between your hands. Or wait, nope, we gotta do the other side of our balancing. Walk your hands back to your feet. Can't forget that. Come up if you need to. Otherwise, right hand to hip. Grab a hold of left big toe. Rise up. Asta. Padangusthasana. Staying here or take it out. And fold that foot in to tree pose. Release that tree pose. Take a walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Make sure your feet are apart though. We're going to squat down. Malasana, yogi squat for just a minute. We're going to start to wind things down here. There's been a few of you who've hung on with me through this. Thank you so much for practicing with me. So let your elbows and knees squeeze into each other. Lift your heart, sink your tailbone. If your heels are lifting, you know you can separate the feet a little. Turn the toes out wider. If they're still lifting, that's okay. And then go ahead and let your bottom meet the floor here. Give yourselves a hug. Upward wind removing, maybe a ball pose, forehead towards the knees. And go ahead and lean back. You're going to find a boat pose here. Take your hands behind the knees. Shins can be parallel to the floor. This is a perfect boat. You can stay right here. Just make sure your heart is lifting. Your ribs are cinched back and in. Your navel pulls back so you're strong in your lower belly. You can begin to extend the legs. Reach the arms out. And then half boat. And then all the way down, Shavasana. Big breath here. Squeeze your right knee into your chest. Right side wind removing. And then we're just going to take this into a little belly twist. So take the right leg out, reach right arm over, spine twist. You can even bend the left leg, catch it with your right hand, and kick it into your hand to deepen the twist. Any variation of a reclining twist that is your favorite is fine here. And then unwind, come back to center. Realign everything on the mat, squeeze the left knee in. Wind removing, decompressing the low back.
And then into a twist. Come back through center. Go ahead and squeeze both knees into the chest for a double wind removing. Feeling the lumbar spine stretch. Couple more big breaths here. This is your final Shavasana. I hope you enjoyed this practice, whether you practice live with me or you find this practice later in the day, later in the week, whenever. I wish my music would have worked out for me. It's a little quiet, a little weird, I know. Haven't quite figured out this live stream stuff, but working on it. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your minds, your hearts. Take care of each other. Reach out. We all need it right now.